Okay, there we go. So hoping everybody is doing very, very well. We're heading into a new Sefer in the Torah, Parsha Shemos, Sefer Shemos. And of course, the word itself is very intriguing, which means names. Ve'ile Shemos b'nei Yisrael haboim Mitzrayim. These are the names of the Jewish people who are coming down to Egypt. What is the significance of the Torah saying the word names, Shemos? We always learn that a person's name, their Jewish name, is their identity. And it's actually a reflection of our inner essence. Our Jewish name, our Hebrew name, is a reflection of our mahus, the essence of who we are. When the Jewish people go down to Mitzrayim, they go down with their full identity. It's Yaakov and his sons and their families, and we are told who they are. They're coming down, I'm going to say, fully Jewish. Yaakov and family, it's a very powerful group. They're pure, they're holy, they're very, very great people. That's how they go into Egypt. And of course, over the period of time that they were there, we experienced a great yerida, a real descent into the Memtesh Shari Tuma, the 49 levels of Tuma, and ultimately Hashem redeemed us. But the idea of mentioning our names when we go in is that we always have to know who we are. I mentioned last week about the glory of Yaakov Avinu during those last 17 years of his life in Egypt, and that we always have to know who we are as Jews, that glorious state of the Jewish people, Yaakov Avinu. But this is a little more specific, Shemos, it's names. It's not just the glory of the people, the stature of the people, but each individual, who they are, their name, Ve'ile Shemos, b'nei Yisrael. I believe we could even say that over the course of our own lifetime, we're trying to actualize our name. That would represent our shlemus. There's a pasuk in Tanakh that corresponds to people's Hebrew name. Many of them are written after the Shemon Esrei. You can see what pasuk corresponds to your name. We always carry it with us. Some of the Meforshim, some of the Sforim say that coming down into our world, Olam Hazeh, is a form of going into Egypt. Egypt is Mitzrayim, Meitzar Yam, a narrow place, a realm of constriction, limitations. That was Egypt, very hemmed in. That is a paradigm for Olam Hazeh. Olam Hazeh as well is a place of all the physical limitations that we live in. And it's here that we make our contribution and reach our shlemus. We all go into Mitzrayim. The moment that we're born, we go into this world of constriction and limitation, which is like Mitzrayim. And the purpose of it is to be able to actualize who we are. The baby is given their Hebrew name very, very soon into their life. Baby girl is named Kriyas Torah shortly after she's born. A lot of people have the minhag to name on Shabbos, and a baby boy at the bris. So at the very beginning, we carry our Jewish name in Mitzrayim, in this world. And maybe that's our own version of the Ve'ile Shemos b'nei Yisrael haboim Mitzrayim. We come into this world, this Mitzrayim, we have to carry our name. So we carry it proudly as the children of Yaakov Avinu. This Parsha, this Sefer, the book of Shemos, is the book, the Ramban says, of Golus and Geula, exile and redemption. The exile down to Egypt, the redemption out of Egypt, Matan Torah, and the building of the Mishkan where Hashem rests his presence. That is meant to be represented not only as our whole people, but also in each and every individual's life. We're sent into Golus, which is Olam Hazeh, this world. Our neshama comes down from a very high place in Shemayim and is sent into exile, this world. Why are we here? We're here to be redeemed, to experience Matan Torah, to experience the Mishkan, Hashem's presence in our life. Ve'ila Shemos b'nei Yisrael habo'im Yitzrayma. That's each and every one of us coming into this world to live our lives, to experience the Torah, experience Hashras Hashchina, and reach our Shlemus, Bezras Hashem. May we all be Zocha to become that person that Hashem wants us to be and to carry our name in the Sholem Dik way. Okay, I'd like to call upon our dear friend, Doniel Sait. And I think we're opening with L'chadodi. Would that be okay, Doniel?
Yep.
You're counting on that. And want to welcome Doniel. We always enjoy very much both your singing and your music on your guitar. Looking forward.
Thank you. Shamar v'zaf kavadimo rachad ishmi anu elameyu karayna Dirirandana maya Adonai echad ishma echad Hashem u'lesefaras v'leseila Dirirambambam Ayayay lechadoyni lekaskalah Shabbos, I make a bill, did-it-am, did-it-am, ba-da-dam, did-it-am, da-da-dam, bam-bam, did-it-am, bam-ba-da-dam, da-da-dam, da-da-dam, bam-bam, boy, b'shalom, ateres, bala, gam-derina, u'betzala, did-it-am, bam-bam, ay-ay-ay, there's because forgot the words, 1 second, sorry. Tokamunde am sigila boykala 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 Shabbos malkisa didiram bam bam ay 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 Lefadoni legras kala B'nei Shabbos Bekavila didiram didiram bam badadam didiram didiram bam bam didiram bam badadam didiram didiram bam bam Yamba 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 didiram bam 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 didiram bam bam ya ya yamba yamba didiram bam yamba 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 bam bam didiram bam bam ya ya didiram bam didiram bam bam didiram bam bam didiram bam bam didiram bam 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 bam, bam bam
Let's go one more time through, Doniel. Beautiful. Please unmute and say, give a round of applause to Doniel. Thank you. Thank you very much, Doniel. That was absolutely beautiful, as always. We love your singing.
Thank you.
And look forward to a little more soon. This is something I've said over a couple times over the years. So for some, it may be a little bit of review. For others, it may be a new point. But regardless, there's always something new in Torah when we review. When Moshe Rabbeinu is out as a shepherd, Hashem appears to him for the very first time, the sneh, the burning bush. And there is the bush burning, and the Torah says as follows, V'hinei hasneh bo'er bo'esh, and the bush was burning in fire, v'hasneh inenu ukol, but it was not consumed. Vayomer Moshe, Moshe says, Asura na, I will turn aside the eres hamara hagodol hazeh, and see this great vision. Madua lo yivar hasneh, why is the bush not consumed? Vayar Hashem kisor lir'os, and Hashem saw that Moshe turned aside to see. Vayikro elav Elokim mitoch hasneh, and Hashem called to him from the bush. Vayomer Moshe, Moshe, Vayomer Hineni, he said, Moshe, Moshe. Moshe Rabbeinu said, Hineni, here I am. Very famous scene in the Torah. But what I'd like to know is, what is this emphasis on Moshe Rabbeinu saying, let me turn aside? Asura na. Why does the Torah have to mention that? Why can't they just say that he saw the bush burning and he wondered what it was, or he looked at it? And then it makes an extra point out of it, because the next pasuk says that Hashem saw that Moshe turned aside in order to see. Kisor lir'os. Something about this apparently is very significant. It could have just said, and Hashem appeared to Moshe and spoke. Why does it say that? So I'd like to share the following thought and idea with you. When we see something in the world that doesn't make sense to us, or we don't understand, one thing that some people do is they assume that their view of reality is correct, and there's something wrong with that vision. That which they're seeing needs to be adjusted. Got to adjust my screen because there's something wrong with that which I'm seeing. I'm fine, but I need to adjust that. Another way is to say, okay, I'm seeing something now for the first time that I've never seen before. I'm not understanding it. It's because I need to adjust the way I'm seeing the world. So Moshe Rabbeinu looks at this spectacle, a bush is burning, it's not being consumed, and he says, Asura na, I have to turn aside, meaning I need to see the world in a new way. I have to turn away from how I currently see reality in order to see something greater, higher than I saw before. Asura na. Now Hashem takes note of that, because that's the person Hashem wants. Vayar Hashem kisor lir'os. Hashem saw that Moshe turned away, that he was willing to abandon his premises to see something new, a brand new understanding of reality. This is what Hashem was looking for, not somebody who would reinforce that which they already knew, but was ready to learn something brand new and different. Hashem took note of that. That's the person I want. He is willing to leave it behind, his previous conception, to see something new. Now this Moshe Rabbeinu goes down to Mitzrayim, and he ultimately is the only person in history who leaves behind this earth, lives in Shemayim for 40 days and 40 nights, doesn't eat, doesn't drink, doesn't sleep, does that 3 times throughout Kabbalah Satorah. Moshe Rabbeinu, the same person who said, I need to leave it behind to understand something new, he's the one who left behind the human beingness that we all carry to live up there in Shemayim for 40 days, and then he comes back down. Vayar Hashem kisur liros. Hashem saw this is the person who's capable of always seeing something new and greater than what he saw before. That's the person to whom I want to give the Torah through. Lesson for us, we all have to do this when it comes to Kabbalah Torah. The Torah is new every second. It's new every day. It's always teaching us something. We have to be open to seeing something new, hearing something new in the Torah, to be willing to say to ourselves, I'm going to step away what I previously knew in order to learn something brand new. And if we're that kind of people, we can achieve what's known as chiddush, a brand new thought, a brand new idea, a brand new way of relating to Hashem, the Jewish people, Kabbalah Torah. Perhaps this is what we mean when we say that the Torah should be new to us each and every day. The Torah is new. We have to make sure that we adjust our visions to see the way the Torah is new in our lives each day. May we all be zocha. Okay, Doniel, I think we're up to round 2. I'm looking forward to your song. What's your next song tonight, Doniel?
So this song is actually Shlomo Carlebach's Lechadodi, but I just realized a little earlier, I'm like, I can't sing a Lechadodi and then a Lechadodi. So certain people sing it to Karibon as well. Okay. So if the lyrics get messed up, or if one time I just go into Lechadodi, it's because that's how I'm used to singing it, but we'll try and stick to the Karibon.
Sounds good. Beautiful. Thank you, Doniel. Well, Doniel, I don't want to put you on the spot, but maybe we could get an encore number from you. Anything you want.
Any request? I shouldn't say that because I don't know that much.
No, we'll leave it up to you.
Hey, how about that song you sung?
The Vishamru one?
Which one?
Vishamru?
Israeli. Yeah. The Israeli, what's his name?
Adiran.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could
That's
try
my
that one.
That sounds good to me.
All right. Shamayim v'yas ha'aretz Uvayom hashvi Uvayom hashvi Ay Shabbos v'yinavash.
Beautiful. Please unmute and say a big round of applause for Doniel. And please unmute so we can say Erev Tov. Thank you so much, Doniel, for your beautiful music.
Thank you.
And great to
Thank
have you
you.
with us. And a big Asher Koach to everybody. Wonderful to see you, as always. Wishing you a wonderful, beautiful Shabbos. L'chol Yisrael.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Shabbos.
Take care, Rabbi
Shabbos,
Goldberger.
everybody.
Shalom, everybody.
All the
Hotel.
best, everybody.
Thank you.
Great to see you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Shalom.
Bye-bye.